What's up, good people? This is just a PSA, public service announcement from a father who got his son some gifts for 2022. This past Christmas, we picked up these little smashers right here. If you ever watch my channel at all, you know that I don't do toy reviews or deal with toys in any way. Kind of make bags or sew or do wood projects or things of that nature. But for this video, we're just gonna go over these smashers right here. I guess it's a pretty cool toy for the little kids, but the one thing that they didn't include was a way to put the smashers together. You'll see here that they include these nice pieces. One piece here, one piece on the side, another piece at the bottom. And if you can see right there, you'll see a little shadow. That little shadow is like a little bowl or a cup or something of that nature that you're supposed to put the egg together inside of. For, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, we were trying to put the egg together just by hand. It wasn't working that great. But then I had a little light bulb moment, and I was like, well, we're putting together an egg. Why not try an Easter egg as this cup here? You see that little cup right there? So why not try an Easter egg? So after I tried the Easter egg, I was like, oh, well, that was genius. It worked like a charm. Then I checked out YouTube to see what other people had done to put the egg together. To my amazement, there was multiple different ways to put these eggs together, and many of them came with the package. With this particular package, there is no tray or anything of the sort to actually put the egg together. There's the tray that it comes in. This tray here, we'll take it apart now. This tray that it comes in, and if you see, these trays would be the only place where you could put together or take apart these eggs, which don't really work. Or if you were able to keep this tray, you wouldn't be able to keep it to put the eggs together in and time out. You know, every single time you put it together, it really wouldn't work out that good for you. So what we've done is these some blue ones here. These were my son's initial smashers. They're called Smasher Dino Smashers. If you're checking out this video, you probably have experienced something with these smashers. But this is just the bottom half of a standard Easter egg. Nothing serious, nothing special. Just an Easter egg that you stuff candy inside, hide for the kids, right? So this is my magic bowl that they have here. This is what I've decided to use, and I've not seen anybody else use an egg. I'm sure other parents have figured this out by trial and error, or depending on what time of year that they got their kids these toys. They may have had these laying around, and they may have also had a light bulb moment. So this is what I've chosen to use to put these together. This is one of the best ways that I found to put them together. But also, I was thinking, like, I'm going to present this, and how am I going to get my message across so that parents figure out and know how to put these eggs together for their kids, because my sons want me to put them together for an hour straight. So I'm also using a handy 1 tablespoon measuring spoon, which also, if you look, is comparable, very similar to the size of the bottom of an egg, just a little bit smaller. And even being smaller, it kind of helps for the maneuverability of the pieces. So first, I'll put together in this orange, I'll put together this blue egg or these blue eggs. We'll always start with this bottom piece. On some of the bottom pieces, on some of these bottom pieces, there will be a number. On this particular one, there isn't. On a lot of them, there isn't. But we'll always start with this bottom piece when we're doing this style of putting it together. So you just drop it in the egg there. Very simple. You can see it dropped in. The secondary piece is the longest piece. You'll see it has a rounded flatter side and it has a rounded curvier side. That rounded flat side is the side that goes inside of the egg. So we just kind of hold, or you don't even really have to hold, but in this, just for demonstration purposes, you hold the base and then you just drop this one right in there. And you can't see that well, but in holding it like that, those pieces are kind of together. Not locked together, but together. And then you take the same piece for the other side and you also just drop that in. So it's kind of like a wing set with the base at the bottom. Now you can take the side piece, and the side pieces say smashers on them. I don't know if you guys can see smashers. I always do smashers facing down. I take the smashers and I just drop it on the side here of the egg. Now that I've dropped that piece in, you still have very little structure. It's not very tight, but it has the makings of what the egg is going to look like. Then you take the other side, also says smashers on it. There you go. And then you can just drop that in on the other side of the egg. Drop that in on the side. And you'll see that you don't have any structure. But the base is kind of holding everything together for you. And so now that you kind of have one side in, you can kind of weasel the other side down until the egg has some structure when the pieces kind of snap together, which they have now. They've all snapped together. Now, there's 2 steps left, generally. You can just take whatever character that came with the eggs, you can just drop them in the egg now and weasel it in. You could have also dropped in the character, which I'll show you on using this here, on the step prior to putting the last side in. So now, lastly, you take the top most arched piece, which is the top of the egg, and you see here, you can just insert, and you really just want to insert into there. You just kind of drop it in right in the bottom. And now that you've dropped that in, it kind of looks like this here. And now that you have that, you just hold the egg on all sides and rotate the piece forward or around while holding the 2 sides so that you can just slide the top piece in. And then you hear that click. Once you hear that click, your egg is pretty much assembled. And in this case, because this base is so perfect for the egg, it doesn't even come out once it's assembled. It's so tight, it's perfect for it. So you just gotta weasel the egg out, and then you have your completed egg. And then, because my sons have so many of these, you repeat the process over and over and over again. And then they smash them. And then you repeat the process over and over and over again. But that is one way that I found to make the best smasher egg, is with the base of a regular Easter egg that you put candy in, that you buy anytime. Go to the 99-cent store, and you'll find something comparable to the smaller style egg. And there you have it. So I'll just show you the same process in the tablespoon cup, or spoon cup style. We'll take, so we have this here. I guess we can use this one over again. I'll smash it. Have all the same pieces. Now you take that bottom piece, which would normally have, or sometimes it has writing, other times it doesn't. Oh, well, some of them do. In this orange one, you can tell here, this is the bottom. So that's normally the first piece, always the first piece in this way of doing it. There's other ways that the shell or the curvature of the egg is a different setup, but in this way, you always start with the bottom here. So once again, we'll drop the base piece in, and you see there, it's just in the bottom, nothing serious. You take the side pieces and you slide the side pieces onto the edges here. That's my sons you hear in the background. Now you basically have, I don't know if you can see, but those two pieces. Now you can just drop in the side very easily. The difference between doing this style and the other egg is that you have less support on the edges when you're doing it, which is could be a drawback or it could be a benefit depending on what works best for you. So then you just take, in this case, instead of doing the whole thing together, I've taken the bottom, the two sides, and the smasher side, and I have them all there in the egg, you see there. And I'll just drop the character in at this stage rather than doing 90% of the egg. Now I'll take the other side that says smashers on it, and then I'll drop that in to this side of the egg. So see if I can show it to you cleanly. You just drop it in right here. Like I said, it doesn't have any structure yet, right? But if you hold the egg together and hold all sides, then the egg gains some structure. So at this point, it's pretty much together. Now you take your last piece, which is the arched piece, and all you gotta do is slide it into the, now that you have that, you're gonna make sure you don't lose your structure. And that's it, this being a little bit narrower. The structure is not as tight all the way around, but you can still make it work, depending on what works best for you. I like the other egg better, but this can work. My son's talking in the background. Oh, that piece fell in actually. Let me see if I can show you. Very simple snap. And then you have a completed egg. And with this one, it's not as tight to the base as it was with this egg. You have a little bit more freedom to move this egg, which if that works for you, great. I don't really like as much freedom. I like the egg to be cover a little bit more. It's a little bit deeper, and it provides a little bit more structure in putting it together, but you get the same result in the end. So that's just my PSA for if your kids got this toy this Christmas, or if they've had it. I think I'm behind a couple of years. These seem to have been out for 3, 4, 5 years or something like that, maybe longer. I don't know. My kids are 4 and 6, so they're just getting to the point where they can appreciate something like this. But I just wanted to let you guys know how I do it, and hopefully it helps you if your kids get some. So thanks for watching. Check me out on some of my other builds. Really the only reason that I did this is that these are called smasher rebuilds, and my channel being one-off builds, I figure I could make it work. So thanks for tuning in. Check me out next time. I'll come to you with another project. Have a good one.